Hey everyone, this 2024 election prediction is between Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders. So let's get right into it. So Donald Trump is the very unpopular and former president of the United States. He would be running for a second non-consecutive term in 2024, especially unpopular after January 6th. But he still does have a lot of supporters. We do have to remember that. He has a lot of diehard supporters that will turn out for him no matter what. Then he's facing off against Democrat Bernie Sanders, a U.S. Senator from the state of Vermont, in this prediction. What's really going to hurt Bernie Sanders the most is his age. In 2024, I believe he will be 85, maybe. I could be wrong about that. And then Biden is 84. I think he's a year older than Biden. But yeah, so that's going to hurt him. That's going to, he won't have as much of that young support, that youthful support as he did in 2016 and 2020, but he still have most of it. Like Trump, he has a lot of fans. He has a lot of people who will turn out for him no matter what, who absolutely adore Bernie Sanders. What's also going to hurt him is that he stands strongly with the very unpopular Biden administration, so that will hurt him also. But we do have to remember that Bernie Sanders is very progressive, and the majority of the American public is progressive. America is a left country. So let's get right into it. So California, Washington, safe standards. Oregon is a very progressive state. I see it being safe. Hawaii and Illinois safe. D.C., Maryland, because it is Biden's home state. Delaware will be safe. New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and his home state of Vermont will be safe. Maine, pretty progressive state among Democrats, so Maine's first would be solid. I think New Jersey is enough of a progressive state to be solid. Connecticut, not so much. With Biden being unpopular, I really see the state being close to being solid, but ultimately it will be likely because they aren't as progressive. They're more moderate as other states. Going to safe Trump states: Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North and South Dakota, Nebraska, large Nebraska's first, Nebraska's third, Kansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, West Virginia, Mississippi, Alabama. That's about it. And then, states like South Carolina, Alaska, and really I don't see, because of Bernie Sanders' age, I really don't see Texas being that competitive in 2024. And I will give it by likely margin to Donald Trump. Anyway, Bernie Sanders definitely has something in the Midwest because the Democrats here are very progressive and will turn out for him. But really, Trump has an amazing appeal, and we saw this, how little these two states shift and a district shifted to the left in 2020. They shifted so little to the left. Iowa and Ohio and Nebraska second. That really shows that Trump still has his appeal here. I think that Ohio would stay likely. I think that Bernie might have something in Iowa, enough to make it lean. But going over to Nebraska's second, very densely populated district, I would definitely give this to Bernie Sanders by a lean margin. I definitely think that he has something here, and he will turn out Democrats. In Virginia, because Trump's the Republican nominee, I think this would be likely for Bernie Sanders. Do have to remember that this is very much an anti-Trump state. But moving down to Florida, I think that this would be likely for Trump, just because Bernie Sanders has said that he's a Democratic socialist, and he has lost most of the Hispanic support down in Florida, which would toss the election here to Trump. I think it would go likely for Trump, therefore he increased once again his vote here. Bernie Sanders will turn out African Americans. I really don't think as much as Biden in 2020. We have to remember that the Democratic administration is unpopular. That already turns out white and black voters, some of them. But Biden was Obama's vice president. Bernie Sanders, he doesn't have much of a direct connection with African Americans. I think Georgia will flip back red. I think that North Carolina will stay red. Lean margins win for Trump in both of these. Maine second would be very close, but Trump does have an appeal, like in Iowa and Ohio, how little these states shifted to the left. I think that this would be lean Trump, pretty close to being tilt. Going over to New Hampshire, it's probably going to be lean just because Biden is unpopular and Sanders Trump make that likely. Bernie Sanders comes right next door from Vermont. He does connect with these voters here in the Granite State. Colorado, very progressive. New Mexico, very liberal. I would give these two states to Bernie Sanders by a likely margin. But and then state of Nevada, I think would stay lean for the Democratic Party. I really see this as a progressive state. It's becoming, I shouldn't say it's become more democratic. I don't have any proof of that. But I really see this as a state where the Latinos, as they turned out for Hillary, as they turned out for Biden, I think it will be enough to give Bernie Sanders the edge. I was thinking the state of Arizona would be tilt Bernie. Latinos here again, like in New Mexico, like in Nevada, and like here in Arizona, Latinos will turn out for the very progressive Bernie Sanders, and it will give him an edge here. Minnesota would stay likely for the Democratic Party. I don't see Trump coming close in the state because Bernie Sanders is so popular. Going to the most progressive of the blue wall states, state of Michigan, I see it being lean Sanders. A lot of African Americans here, a lot of progressive people here, and sure, it's pretty tilt, but or it's pretty toss up. It's pretty purple is a better word for it. But ultimately, Bernie Sanders, being the popular progressive that he is, I think he will turn out Michigan Democrats. All right, so Bernie Sanders just needs one of these states to win. Bernie Sanders needs both. Going over to the state of Wisconsin, I think that this would go tilt for Bernie Sanders. I just make a tilt because of how unpopular Biden is. And really, this is a state with a lot of progressive Democrats. This whole Rust Belt, this whole Midwest, the Democrats are so progressive. And remember, they're going to turn out more than they did for Joe Biden in 2020, some of these Democrats, because Joe Biden was very unexciting. Bernie Sanders is much more exciting for these progressive Democrats. So really, in this Rust Belt, this blue wall, this Midwest, Bernie Sanders will pull out a win. In Pennsylvania, though, I think that Trump will pull out a win by a tilt margin. What we have to remember is that Democrats are less progressive here, and really, that's all. That means that less Democrats will turn out for Bernie Sanders, and that's all he needs to lose the state. So Bernie Sanders narrowly pulls out a win. Trump will say that the election was stolen once again. He will say he will want recounts in the states of Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and Nebraska second possibly, but he won't even worry about that one electoral vote. He will definitely demand recounts in those states. It will be proven that Bernie Sanders will win in all these states. He will sue for election fraud, and all this stuff happens. But anyway, Bernie Sanders comes out as the victor. Just narrowly, you need 270 to win. What does Bernie Sanders get? 270. Trump with 268. Trump loses by 2 electoral votes. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all my other videos and stuff, and I will see you. I'll see you all next time.